Thank you for stopping by The Real Deal. This is Dr. Leigh-Davis. You are listening to a special episode of The Real Deal. Now, those of you who listen normally know that we're usually on at 10 p.m. Pacific time every Wednesday. Next week, we are not going to be on. We're taking the week off, so we're doing a special show tonight, and it's extra special because it's a music show, something we're known for, and it's the Nightline Playlist Show, and it's all new artists, some of the biggest artists you know of, Gloria Estefan, Bill Collins, Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, and so much more. I'm also excited to say tonight's show is sponsored by J&LT Photography, and they are going to be up momentarily to tell you about some special spa photography packages that they have, and discounted prices at only $150. So they'll be here in a moment. First, let's start off with Gloria Estefan talking about her playlist and the music that has inspired her. And that was Gloria Estefan. Thank you so much for listening to The Real Deal. This is Dr. Leigh-Davis, your host. This is a special Nightline Playlist edition of The Real Deal, and we are sponsored tonight by J&LT Photography. They have some discount spa photography packages starting at only $150. But you know what? Why don't I let them tell you about it themselves? Hello, are you there?
Yes, we are. Hello.
Hi. How are you, Doctor?
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So why don't you tell everyone about the specials that you have coming up?
Hi. Yes, of course. We are special. This is women that are looking for a special spa day. We have hired a makeup artist to come to our home studio. We have a home studio, and have their hair done, have their makeup done, be all done up. And after that 1 hour, we are taking a 1 hour photo shoot with my husband and I. The client or the business woman will be able to get 20 pictures, high-resolution pictures, and we will be edit them so they can have it in their Facebook account, on their Twitter, or, their social media. So this is a very special package. We're running it for the whole month of December, and we're hoping to extend a little bit more. But I know that a package like that will cost a lot more than that, but we're doing a holiday special. And we know that businesswomen, they need that pampering. They need that special day. We're asking people to plan that day for when they want to do a night out or a date, or they have a dinner with their better half, because they're all ready. They're all done up. So it's going to be amazing. We're looking forward. We've been getting a lot of requests, and that's great. We didn't think that we were going to get as many as we planned out to be.
Well, that's great. And why don't you tell everyone where you're located?
We are in Toronto, in Ontario, Canada, and it's so nice to hear your voice, and it's so nice to be on your show. And we are thank you. And we are also in social media. You can reach us on Facebook, and we also have a website, jandltphotography.com. And as soon as you go to that page, you'll see all of our social media links. And you can get in touch with us through that quite easily, or you can phone us, 647-955-0298.
And I just want to repeat your website address to make sure everyone heard it. It's jandltphotography.com. And it's spelled out, jandltphotography.com, jandltphotography.com. So remember, and is spelled out, J&LT Photography. Now, you're in Ontario, so if people are in Michigan and they want to drive over the border, are you close to the border?
We're very close to the border.
We're pretty much an hour. And for people, easy for people to remember, is John and Liz, so J&LT. And, we're here in an hour from Niagara. For people that want to visit from the States, Niagara Falls, we're really, really close. We're looking forward to get more bookings. We also do weddings, so people that are looking for brides that are looking to book weddings. We do weddings. We do boudoir. We do expecting mothers. So we have quite a big repertoire and portfolio that we're working for. We find that nowadays businesswomen, they want that professional look, not just a photograph, but they also want it to be able to be made up. So professional done makeup and professional done hair.
So for this $150 package, how many changes would someone have?
Perfect question. Yes, so they get 3 changes. So a business suit, other outdoors clothing, and a night out if you wanted to. This is perfect, too, because if you are looking to send thank you cards for the holidays or for whatever occasion, if you want to wear a nice nightgown, this is a perfect occasion to do something like that. And
I should add, too, that we design our shots so that they can be cropped, and some of them make very, very nice headshots, and the type of thing you can put on business cards or on your little timeline on Facebook, and we could size them appropriately as well. We can also size these photographs and put them in TIFF format, and we put them on a disc or maybe on a flash drive for you. And you could take these photographs and have fairly large prints made if you want to go that direction as well.
And one thing we want to stress, too, this is your pictures. You do not have to come back to us to get more. 20 pictures that you get for that $150, they're yours. The copyrights are yours. So if you want us to edit, we'll edit, no problem. If there's anything that you want us to fix, we are very good at Photoshop. We will do that, but there's no need for coming or extra. It's $150 to get you 20 pictures, and the copyright is yours, and you can do whatever you want with them. No, we have no problems with that.
Great. We're talking to J&LT Photography here on The Real Deal. They're actually sponsoring our special Nightline playlist show tonight. I'm Dr. Leigh-Davis. I wanted to go also into the $150 special. It's actually a 1-hour professional makeover, because some photographers will say makeup, but it's more like a touch-up. But you're actually they can just come with nothing on, right? And you're really going to make them up completely.
Absolutely. We have hired a professional makeup artist. So really, the $150 doesn't even cover that, but we're running a special. We have a professional makeup artist which will do all their makeup. They don't have to come up with anything other than moisturizer, and for guys too. And
right.
they will do a whole makeover, face and hair. So yeah, it's very, very low cost. And this is going to be an amazing. And we're, like I said before, make sure you plan a night out so you can go out, because you're all done up. You're all beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're looking amazing. So have a dinner. Plan it around a dinner or a date or something like that.
Well, for those people who can't come by and visit, and maybe they're in the States and they just want to book the package and come, why don't you describe your studio and maybe talk about your backgrounds that are available and things like that?
My background as a photographer is outdoor nature and events, and we have designed a mobile photo booth, really, a large one that we can pack up and take out on the road and travel here and there. And some places we go to, we get to go into really beautiful homes that we don't even really need a photo booth. And some places, if we do a wedding or a special event, we'll set up a little photo booth. And we also have a home studio, so we converted our spacious living room into a photo studio. So we can go either way. Our clients can come visit us, and we have everything here for a luxury spa for them if they want to do that. Or we can take our photography, our pretty much our studio, really. It's a traveling studio. We could take it to our clients. And we can go both ways. And the magic of it all, of course, is in the digital realm. We can Photoshop, we can tailor, and we can bring up backgrounds, bring down backgrounds. We do all sorts of things like that. And most importantly, our packages are royalty, a client-favored royalty. In fact, the client owns the copyright, so they can anybody can really do what they want to do with their photography after the fact. They can have somebody else print it, somebody else work on it. They can crop it, do whatever really you want to do with it. And you can come back to us if you like. No problem. We'll help as much as we can.
I think you should emphasize that you're actually a traveling photographer, because that's one thing that I did not get from what I read. And I know if you were in California, I would definitely have you come by. I mean, you'd probably be working nonstop in California.
Love to visit California. It's in our agenda, not to worry. It's our next stop. But, yes, we do travel, and as a matter of fact, we are doing what was very popular nowadays in weddings and either other events are photo booths. So we do take our studio, our traveling studio, and we have on weddings a portable booth for people to come and take, candid funny shots and shots that the bride would like to keep for later on, because it's hard to, in a wedding, to tell who was in my wedding and what they were doing what. So in those booths, the bride is able to capture to see who came to the wedding and how much fun they have and all that.
So is this a traditional photo booth where the person's actually taking their own photo?
We can certainly do that. That can be done. But we find we haven't been asked to do that yet, and we're kind of waiting for the day. And we kind of think that day it could be around the corner any time. So we're always ready for it. Right now, everybody the theater is all about fun, and we kind of like it that way. It's very spontaneous kind of fun too. And we get ideas from our clients a lot of times. Like everyone we've been out, we come back home with a brand new idea. I've never seen this. I've never seen anybody else do it. It's something that they invented that they just spontaneously did. We'll take props with us.
Yeah, we take lots of props. We take our backdrop, black or white or whatever color the client prefer. When we take our big glasses and a basket with flowers or umbrella, whatever it is. We take a lot of props, but then the client brings their own props. And they make it fun and they make it interesting. We have we had another album with the pictures where, most people want instant things. I want to see it now and I want to see it, great. So within 1 hour after we shoot in a photo booth, just to give you an example, all the guests want to be able to go into Facebook or into whatever social media and want to be able to see those pictures on the spot. So it's a lot of fun because, one, we get a lot of referrals right from a photo booth, and second, paid. So, it goes both ways, and we get, new clients. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, that does sound like a lot of fun. We're running out of time, so I just want to talk some more about what the person gets to take with them. They can get a CD or DVD or UBS drive, right? They get to choose what they want. Is that correct?
Yes. With the very large packages, particularly if we do a wedding, it's a very large package. And we will put that on a DVD if it'll fit. And sometimes it won't, so then we'll have to get a very large flash card. And I mean very large in terms of memory, and we'll give them a flash card. Usually it's a very small little flash card, but it has a lot of memory. It's a miracle what can be done with those nowadays. And this is sometimes we'll give a flash drive that they can wear as a necklace around their neck. And sometimes we've been able to provide that right on the evening or the day of the occasion. And we've been actually able to upload a lot of pictures right into somebody's personal website right on location. It's a really tight event. There's a lot of fun, very dynamic, and there's so much we can do now simply because there's so much technology, wonderful technology available to us.
So for this that we have right now for the business women, they get 20 pictures, they get a CD or a USB drive with 20 pictures, a highly resolution edit, a professional makeup artist for 1 hour, and a 1 hour photo shoot. So it's total of 2 hours. All that for only $150.
Great deal.
Okay. Yeah, that is a very great deal, and I want to thank you both for coming by. Again, you've been listening to The Real Deal. That is J&LT Photography. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
Okay, thanks a lot. Again, that's JNLT Photography. They are in Ontario, Canada. They travel. They have a studio available. And this special is a December special of $150. It's a spa photography package. You can find that more at their website, jnltphotography.com. Remember, and is spelled out. That's jnltphotography.com. We also have a link to it on our Blog Talk Radio page. And I also want to remind you that you can listen to The Real Deal not only on the internet, but also on some radio stations. It's syndicated, so you can get archived episodes on iTunes, and you can also use the call-in number to just listen. So if all you have is a phone, whenever we're live, this call-in number works. Even if we're live on a special night, such as tonight, you can listen by calling 646-727-2831. This is a Nightline playlist episode. It's all about the music tonight. We love music here. We're doing this special episode because we're going to be off next week. Then we'll be back the following week at the regular time, 10 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. This is Dr. Leigh-Davis, your host, and we're going on to our next musical artist, and it is Phil Collins, one of my favorite artists. He is going to be telling you about his playlist, the music that inspires him.
He led one of the biggest bands to come out of England in the 1970s and 80s while building a hugely successful solo career afterwards. His trophy case holds 7 Grammys, an Academy Award, and 2 Golden Globes. And that old band, Genesis, well, that's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For tonight's playlist, Phil Collins dishes on his own favorite tracks.
But I've been waiting for this moment for all my life.
One more time, guys.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus.
In the air, it just won't lie down. Well, I thought it was fantastic in the movie. I mean, I'd heard about it long before I saw it. And then when he punched the guy out at the end, I thought that was very funny. Most people don't put kind of me and Motown or me and soul music together, whereas that's the thing I started off listening to. Probably Heat Wave to me is one song that just, captures what Motown is straight from the very beginning. I used to just buy anything that was on the label because you could trust the labels. You knew that if you bought something, you wouldn't be buying something that wasn't going to interest you or you find good.
It won't be long, yeah.
First music for me, of course, was the Beatles. I was kind of 13. Meet the Beatles over here was probably my first, album I went stupid over. But yeah, It Won't Be Long was the opening track. And in those days, I used to have the needle, when the needle went on the record, it won't be long, yeah, yeah. I used to play air guitar to that in the mirror, pretending I was John Lennon or Paul. Fantastic period to grow up in,
I still go by your side and I'll be
I came across most of these songs with a group called The Action. So I've got a favourite single of theirs, which is I'll Keep Holding On. And they were probably the biggest influence on my musical life because they turned me on to such music. And they did their own versions, which kind of led me into doing my versions and my interpretations of these songs.
I can't make you love me if you don't.
I came across one song by Bonnie Raitt by complete accident. I was going through the TV channels at home in Switzerland and came across this piano which caught my ear. And then suddenly Bonnie Raitt came in singing I Can't Make You Love Me. And it was, I was pinned to the spot while the song was on. Certain songs that if I'm kind of feeling a bit down, I'll play a song that makes me feel worse. Which I think most people do that. I think most people, they don't play a happy song to make them feel happier. They kind of usually play a few sad songs to sort of compound the misery.
Like smile, like limbs, she was winter.
I have a big professional crush on Idina Menzel. When I heard Idina sing I'm Not That Girl. I mean, it's such a pure voice. She is what I hope to be like the future of Broadway, because her voice, when I first saw the show with her in it, her voice was like a pop singer, but doing a Broadway song.
Oh, I can't recall the time when I wasn't ashamed to reach out to.
And that was Phil Collins, one of my favorite artists in the world. This is Nightline Playlist special episode of The Real Deal. We will be off next week, so you must go to iTunes and hear an archived episode if you're having withdrawal symptoms because you cannot hear us. So that's your solution. Go to iTunes and listen to an archived episode. In fact, play this episode again because there's a lot of good music in it. This is The Real Deal. I'm Dr. Leigh-Davis, your host. We're live every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. For you to find out about when we have these special shows, you must follow me on Twitter, because sometimes that's the only way we announce them, because they're special. Sometimes they're surprises. Sometimes we're not even sure where we're going to put them. My Twitter address, Dr. Leigh-Davis. It's all together. There are no spaces. There are no hyphens. Dr. Leigh-Davis. DrLeighdAvis. Unlike my website and most other places where Leigh-Davis is hyphenated. If you'd like to email me because you have questions or maybe suggestions for the show, feel free to do that. Dr@drleigdavis.com. Leigh-Davis is hyphenated. Dr@drleigdavis.com. DrLeigh-Davis.com. We will be back, not next week, the following week, 10 p.m. Pacific time, and probably before we end this year, we're going to have a special episode somewhere. It won't be in the next week because we're definitely off, but we will probably have one after we come back. Again, a regular time, 10 o'clock p.m. Pacific time every Wednesday night. And we've had music shows in the past. One of the best ones I think that we've had the most listeners and responses to was the show where we did a kind of, I guess, it was a kind of vote on who had the best live performance ever. And I guess it was a survey, it was a question we put out there ahead of time, who had the best live performance ever. I can't even remember who won. I really can't remember. But I think Michael Jackson and Prince were up there, but then there were some rock bands. It might have been Def Leppard. So you'll have to go to iTunes and listen to an archived episode to find out the answer, because then I can't remember what it is. I also want to thank again our sponsors for this evening, J&LT Photography. Again, they're offering a special right now, only $150 for a whole photography spa special. And they say spa because you have a real 1 hour treatment where you're getting makeup and being pampered. So it's not just photography, it's a photography spa session, J&L Photography, J&LT Photography, I should say. And they are located in Ontario, Canada. So if you're close to the border, you could drive over there for the day. They said they were near Niagara Falls, and then you can drive back. And if you're in Ontario, Canada, they can also come to you. They said they have mobile photography station. We have their link on our website. It's jandltphotography.com. Remember, and is spelled out, jandltphotography.com. Here is Brian Wilson speaking about his playlist, music that inspires.